カカシ、お前が彼にどんな修行をしてきたのかバッチリチェックさせてもらうぞ。永遠のライバルとしてな。
ん？なんか言った？
Hey guys, welcome to a review of Naruto Shippuden, episode 251. This episode, in my opinion, was a little strange, a lot of details, a lot of events going on. Wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to pan out to be. After watching the previous episode, I figured this episode would be just another drawn-out battle between Guy and Kisame, but thankfully that fight ended pretty much right when this episode began. As we saw in the last episode, weakened Kisame was able to blast past two Jinchuriki and Yamato, but in this episode it's none other than Guy who was able to prevent him from escaping the island. Using his Hirudora, I don't know if I said that correctly, Guy was able to pretty much stop Kisame in his tracks, and even for a moment I thought it was going to be one of those funny moments. He was standing over Kisame and just looking at him, and Kisame said something about, "Oh, you probably don't even know who I am," or something like that. And even with his chakra swarming around him, looking all serious, I somewhat expected him to come up with one of his little extremely thoughtful responses, which usually ended up being him thinking he's a fish or something like that. Once he brings Kisame back to the island, this one guy, I don't even remember his name, this guy right here, don't feel like looking it up, he's able to enter his mind and pretty much try to get intel on him, even though Kisame was trying to bring the intel that he gathered back to, whomever, Madara, something like that. Once this guy's able to enter his mind, it's sort of a flashback, and thankfully this episode wasn't all flashbacks, but even so, the flashbacks that were shown, they were somewhat interesting, I guess, more relative to the plot. It shows Kisame in his one of his former teams, where he is going through the forest on some sort of mission. He encounters a team from Konoha, and they're pretty much kicking his ass, so he needs to retreat with his team. And I guess from some of his teachings of the past, he's really reluctant to give out any information, any intel like that. So he turns around and pretty much slaughters his whole teammate. I don't know if this is mainly because he's trying to not give the enemy intel or something like that, or if he's just doing it for the fun of it, because he finds another flashback where Kisame first met with his Akatsuki team member Itachi, and he was speaking about how he enjoys betraying people and enjoys killing his own, team and stuff like that. Something that he believed Itachi would also know a lot about, considering Itachi killed his whole clan. Probably not the best thing to be saying to your new team member who you're going to be spending a lot of time with, but evidently it didn't really bother him, and the two pretty much made it common knowledge that they would be fighting or something at one time, or the possibility of doing so. But once he gets to another memory in Kasame's head, it's one where the fourth Mizukage comes out, and I believe this is the first time that we've seen the Mizukage. Actually, maybe seen a picture of her before in some sort of Jinchuriki kind of picture or something like that. I mean, I'm sure they've been on the internet, but I'm talking about in the actual anime, some sort of diagram or something like that. But evidently, the fourth Mizukage was actually being controlled by Uchiha Madara, which, of course, was not shown his actual face, but his hair seemed to be rather spiky, kind of like the pictures showed him from, hundreds or thousands of years ago, however old he is, I don't even remember. But of course, as they were coming close to seeing his face, Kisame pulls a pretty nice maneuver. He bites his own tongue to help him wake up somehow. Of course, he would do this right as Madara is walking out of the shadows in his little memory, and I guess nobody gets to see any more information. And he actually manages to break out of the little jail, the little holding thing that they have him in, and out of nowhere turns into Arnold Schwarzenegger and starts going beast mode on everybody. In one of his memories that he was talking about, he was talking to his previous team member Itachi about how sharks, when they were born, they sometimes are cannibals and they eat each other to try to survive or something like that. I was wondering why he was saying that in the flashback. I mean, I know it had relevance to team members killing each other and stuff like that, but I don't know. It just kind of seemed like it was unneeded, but I'm sure it was probably just to lead up to what was about to happen now, which is Kisame forming some weird sort of water barrier around himself and then letting sharks apparently eat him, some sharks that he summoned. I don't know if this actually did kill him, because at the end of the episode, when they try to open the scroll that Kisame had, a bunch of other sharks come out, set a trap for all the other people, and pretty much bind them so that another shark could grab the scroll and leave the island. So it actually does get away. I don't know if this is Kisame, if he's still alive, or I don't know. But he actually manages to leave the island right as they're about to open the scroll, which has information that Kisame got on them. And pretty much their whole plan to retrieve Kisame and gather intel on him is out the window. That's pretty much just a summary of events that happened from the beginning to the end of the episodes. Probably missed out on a few details, but in a nutshell, that's what happened. Like I said, it was nice to see that it wasn't just a long, drawn-out fight between Guy and Kisame. Full of the same. I think they've already fought twice, and both times, Guy is talking the whole, "Oh, who are you? I think I know who you are," and then coming up with these, stupid responses. It was funny, but I was hoping that it wasn't this whole episode, because it's starting to get a little dull, I think. But I mean, it was a little bit of a twist. It showed a few flashbacks, but thankfully they weren't just meaningless flashbacks. They showed a little bit more of Madara and a little bit more of Itachi. We haven't seen him for a while. And it gave us a little bit more information about Kisame's character, that he's, even though he's a traitor and stuff like that, it seems like he's pretty loyal to his village. I don't know if he's loyal to his village or what he's loyal to, but the fact that he's willing to bite off his tongue to wake himself up so that he doesn't give intel means that he's loyal to something. I don't know who that is, what he's loyal to, but I'm kind of curious to see what the next episode holds and who actually gets that information that shark stole, or Kisame, whoever that is, swimming away at the end of the episode. And I'm curious as to where the anime is going to lead now. So this was a little review by My Anime Source. Check us out, myanimesource.com. Leave your comments. How if you like the episode, do you not like the episode? Fight back and forth. Do whatever. Subscribe if you want. Thank you for watching my review.